Anurag, just in this question, I just want to know about specificity of sexual violence, though. Sexual violence for a longer period in film without retribution is also what I want to know from you.
See, there's a movie called Nightingale. You should see that movie called Nightingale. It has the most brutal sexual violence scene that I have seen in recent times. And it is so brutal that it not just puts you off it, you actually as an audience feel assaulted and you feel it. And it haunts you. So for me, I sometimes feel like it depends the intention behind shooting that. If somebody is doing something like that with an intention to titillate or intention to excite, one can clearly see through it. And I think it's absolutely wrong. But sometimes people go to that brutal distance, like, we can't watch gore. Why can't we watch gore? We eat animals, we eat meat, but we can't watch gore. I'm saying there are people who will eat a chicken, but they can't see a chicken being cut. They'll eat meat, but they can't see a fish being kind of scooped out. They can't do that. A lot of people go through that kind of a thing. It's a very contradictory thing. Sometimes, even in terms of sexual violence or whatever that's depicted, it entirely depends on how one is shooting it and what is the intention behind it. And maybe sometimes people should discuss it, and it has to be done in a way where the desired impact is created. If not, then you don't need it. Because for me, a stronger violence is created when you don't see it, because the human mind is capable of imagining the worst. So when you keep it off screen, the human mind is capable of imagining the worst, and they will imagine the worst. And one can recreate that kind of an impact only sometimes with just sound.
I'll wrap the interview by this last question. We are right now, your film is an OTT original, right? It's that, but
Yeah.
the with Gulabo Sitabo and other films now directly releasing on OTT, there is this furore that came from exhibitors, and obviously now they're trying to have a debate around it because they think, why are you not waiting for theatrical release? Um, I want to understand, Anurag, for someone who's never let platform define your work, what do you think of both?
Mine is very simple thing. That is a discussion that will go on. OTT and cinema is going to coexist. People are fighting because Gulabo Sitabo or a Akshay Kumar film is going to come on OTT, but they did not have a problem with the Bumfar coming on OTT or my film coming on OTT, because they want the big films, big ticket films. So the fight is not really about cinema; it's about money, and it's about the business. But eventually, when the lockdown will lift and theaters will open, there'll be such a bottleneck of big releases coming out. Now imagine if suppose I keep my film away, and my film was not a Netflix original, it was supposed to come out in cinemas, and my film is ready. But I'm saying when there's a Suryavanshi and 1983 and some other big films, nobody's gonna give me space. I've suffered this for the longest time, and exhibitors are aware of it. They're trying to make a change. They are reaching out to us saying that no, we have been unfair and we'll do that. But my thing is, one has to see that in practice. I had a very successful run of Wasipur 3 for 9 days, interrupted by Ek Tha Tiger and thrown completely out of theatre. So you have one big film coming and occupying 4 screens, and the all other films are struggling to find one show each on one single screen. I'm saying when this kind of a inequality happens, then theater owners actually have no right to complain. I'm saying they should complain when they've been fair to everything. So their complaint is about Gulabo Sitabo. Their complaint is not about Bumper. Their complaint is not about my film. This complaint is not going to be about another next small film.
All the very best. And
Thank you so
I
much,
really
Rani.
enjoyed Choke.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, Anurag. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Watch E-Town News Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. only on Zoom.